Hi, this is LJ McElravy, and I'm an instructor in the Ag Leadership Education and Communications Department. I'm a PhD student in Leadership Studies, and I wanted to create a short list of online presentation tools that I encourage my students to use in the online classes that I teach. This isn't a comprehensive list of all the possible tools that are out there, but I think it's a good start to help students get acquainted with some of the tools that are out there, and if they follow this, they should be able to create some really neat and creative tools, creative presentations. First thing, the foundation. What programs can you use? Of course, you can use PowerPoint like I'm using. I probably don't need to explain much about this because you use PowerPoint all the time and your instructors use PowerPoint all the time, but that's an option. The other one is Prezi. You can go to Prezi.com to sign up for an account, and actually as a student you can get a good account without any cost to you. And then I have an example that I created for one of my classes for ALEC 102. And so this presentation is about levels of communication. And this is just kind of a neat tool, just another option for giving you a way to present your material. And I really enjoy it. It allows you to be creative and really think outside the box, even though I hate when people say think outside the box, but it really helps you put the material together in a way that you want, and it's not as linear, and really you can do some really neat things. You can even, I've got a YouTube video in this one so you can watch, so you can post and have a YouTube video embedded directly into your presentation just like you would with a PowerPoint. So just wanted to give you that as an example. So those are some of the options that are available for you to create a PowerPoint presentation, and there are many others. One of the tools that you can use to actually record your presentation is Camtasia. And what that does is it records whatever's on your desktop, just like I'm doing right now. So whatever's on your screen is recorded. It also records your voice if you have a microphone attached to your computer, so that way you can give a presentation, like I said, like I'm doing right now. You can also include a video, so there's an option to include a video of yourself in your presentations. So you can use this to record a PowerPoint presentation. You can go through the PowerPoint and change the slides and talk about them and share that. Also the same thing with a Prezi presentation, same thing as with a PowerPoint, just go through it. You can also record a Skype session, so if you're having a discussion, or a Google Plus Hangout session, and I'll talk a little bit about that more, but you could record that and share that with other people, so that way they could see that. So maybe if you wanted to get, if you have to do an online discussion, or you had a group meeting, you could do some of the things like that, share that with everyone so they could watch it. So one of the questions is, how do you get Camtasia? Because it's a pretty expensive program, but because it's included in your student fees, there's no extra cost to you. So all you got to do is click on this link, and it'll take you to the university's website. And if you scroll down, and there are other tools available, so you can look at some of these other ones, but I want to look at the lecture capture tools, which is right here. And if you click here where it says here, it'll take you to the Camtasia Relay website, and you just use your Blackboard account to log in, and it'll take just a few seconds, and it'll take you there. And so because I've already created some presentations, you can see them there. But the first time you log in, if you go to download recorders, it's also one of the options up here, you can download different players or recorders to your computer. So if you have Windows, you'll want to use this one. And I have Windows 8, and it seems to work just fine. So even though it says XP and Vista, I think it seems to work on my computer, even though I have Windows 8. If you have a Mac, you could also use this version over here. And then they even have Android and iOS versions available. But most people, I would suspect, are going to use either the Mac or the Windows version. So that's available to you. One important note about Camtasia: when you create a file, or when you start to create a recording, you have to set up the kind of profile you want to use. And my suggestion is that in the profile you choose streaming and iPhone. And what that does is it's going to give you two links, and both of those links can be useful depending on who your audience is. The streaming version will work on basically any laptop, any computer. but it won't work on iPhones. The iPhone one will work on iPhones, and I think it'll work on most other computers. So by providing both links, you give just a little bit more flexibility to the people on the receiving end who might not have as many options for watching the video. It doesn't take you any more time really to do this, so I would encourage you to go that way. And I'll show you what that looks like actually. If I get back here, so if I go back to my dashboard, so this is when I logged in, this is where it came to. So this is a video I created, and you can see that there's a flash version, an iPhone or iPod version. So if I click on this, I'm going to open it up in a new tab. And come up here. And so here's a video. I could play this video and watch it, so that would work just fine for me. So I'll exit out of this. So this is just one of the options available. One of the other ones is Google Plus Hangout, and if you click right here, you can watch a video that kind of talks a little bit more about Google Hangout, but just a quick introduction. It's a video chat program that allows you to see people and talk to up to 10 people. This is a great tool for meetings, for your group assignments. You will need a Google Plus account or a Google account, and I've provided the link to on the presentation, so you can go there and create the account. Also, I found a link that I think did a pretty good job of explaining how you can record. One of the options to recording your Google Hangout discussion, so that way you could share it with other people and then post it to YouTube. But you can also record a Hangout session with Camtasia. So like I'm doing, you could just, instead of giving a presentation, you could just be recording your discussion. So in some of my classes, if a group gets together and provides me evidence of their discussion, then I can provide credit for that. So this is a good tool, Google Plus. I really encourage my students to try to use this to help them in their online classes, especially when it comes to group meetings. Of course, you've got the good old video camera. So you can record a presentation, you can create a skit, those are options, and video cameras really are everywhere. You might not think of it, but there's one on your phone, so you can use that to record presentations. I've had lots of students do that in the past. You have them on your computer. Most laptops now come with an HD video webcam, usually top right above your monitor. And then you could also have an external one like this one is right here. And the university also, students can check them out for no cost. So you can go to the library or Hensley Hall, and I provided links to both of those services on the presentation. So how to share videos. That can be one of the challenges. So one thing, it's pretty easy. Camtasia gives you a link. So all you got to do is copy and paste the link and share that. You can email it, and you don't have to worry about size restrictions. You can post it to Blackboard. That's usually what I require my students to do. Google Plus Hangout, you have two options, I think, two easily accessible options. One is to post the video to YouTube, and Google Hangout will do that automatically if you want it to. The other option is to use Camtasia, as I mentioned above. If you do create a video, whether you use your webcam or your phone, you can post those directly to Blackboard. In my classes, like I said, most of the time that's where I have my students post their presentations, usually on the discussion board. But some files are really big, so what do? One of the options is to put the video on YouTube. So that's a really easy option. And that works for most students most of the time. Google Hangout does that for you automatically. Camtasia supplies you a link, so you don't even actually get the file. And then one of the other options, if you do have a big video file, you can transfer large files using UNL Dropbox. I provided the link, and so clicking on that link will take you to UNL Dropbox. And so you can share files up to 700 megabytes big. So for every class I teach, I've never had a student go over that, and I don't anticipate that happening. So if you have a big file and you want to share it, this is one way to do it. The one thing I would caution you is that the link to the file, and I think the file as well, gets deleted from UNL servers within 7 days, or after 7 days. So if you do put a file on Dropbox and you're going to share it, I encourage you to email it to me so that I know that I need to download the file immediately and put it on my computer so it doesn't disappear. So those are some of the options on sharing video. One of the notes I wanted to, or one of the things I wanted to point out about PowerPoint is that you can attach audio and video and record your voice in PowerPoint. However, I've run into a lot of problems with this in the past. And the problem generally is that the file, the audio file or the video file, isn't embedded within the PowerPoint. So what that means is that the audio file is separate. And I don't even know if I'm using the term embedded correctly, but it seems to make sense to me. And the way you check this is email the PowerPoint presentation to yourself and try opening it on a different computer. If you can open it on a different computer, then you're solid. I'm going to be able to open it on mine. If it doesn't, you'll need to embed the file. And I know this can be done. I've done it in the past, but I'm not sure if I remember how to do it now. But you can Google that and check. Just generally, if I really wanted to do it, I would just Google PowerPoint embed audio. But my suggestion is just to use Camtasia. It's a simple solution, and I think you'll be happy with the results from Camtasia. I think it does a really good job. And PowerPoint, sometimes the audio doesn't work really well, so I would really encourage you to try to use Camtasia. So with that said, just wanted to go through some of these tools that are available to you. Of course, along the way, if you have other resources you'd like to share, I would encourage you to do that. Please email them to me. Also, if you are having problems with some of the media, you can contact me, but I am by no means a media expert. But there are a lot of resources on campus that will help you. I would encourage you to contact the Computer Help Desk. If you need to contact Blackboard Help Desk as well at UNL, you can do that, and that's all through the Information Services website at UNL. So with that, thank you, and please let me know if you have any questions.